Hey everyone, it's Graphic back with another video, and today we're going to be talking about how to actually pass in Rematch. A lot of people are wondering what's the best method to actually pass. There's a ground pass, a lob pass, and of course the shot pass. So what should I be doing, and what rank does it start to become easier to pass? So we're going to answer a few of those questions today, and we're going to walk you guys kind of through on which pass and when to use which pass and how to actually use them here in just a second. So hopefully you guys enjoyed these few little passing clips. Let's jump into it. All right, now that we're in free play, I want to talk about a couple of these passes that you just saw. So, of course, you have one pass that is the ground pass, you have one pass that is the lob pass, and then you, of course, have that one pass that is the shot pass. All very, very effective in their own way, and I want to talk about specifically which one you should be using when. So when you're inside of this box right here, there's really never a reason to use your shot pass because typically it's going to be too hard. It might just go straight through your, your teammate. Because you're going to be hitting it too hard. The other reason is because it takes a crazy windup. So you can see how long that takes to wind up. When you're this close to the box, there's going to typically be a lot of defenders, so don't be using the shot pass in the box typically. Again, you can if you can make it work, but it's just better typically to use the ground pass. The lob pass, another one that I don't like to use offensively near as much as I used to. At higher elos, it's blocked constantly because of how slow that lob is. It's just not effective on offense. So I like to instead use, like I said, the ground pass or maybe a header into a lob, or mix it up a little bit to really keep them on their toes. But I will say, keeping it basic. In the box, I like to use ground passes, and definitely at higher elos, ground passes are going to be the quickest way without telegraphing exactly what you're doing. Next up, if we look at one of the best ways to actually back pass, it's going to be the lob pass. And I know a lot of people may be questioning this because, it can get over your goalie, whatever. Okay, never, ever pass back to your goalie in the net. There's never going to be a defender that close to your goalie in most cases. So just put it back against the back wall. Don't risk throwing it, at the actual net. So I like to do this as a lob pass back. It gives them time to actually react to the pass, and then at the same time, it gives a chance to get over opponents if there's anybody behind you trying to stay in that line of sight between you and your goalie. So again, very, very useful in those scenarios. But lob passes have been getting nerfed recently. They're very, very slow. Again, just very, very hard to utilize in the box without getting a defender on top. Of course, if it's a 2v1 scenario and you can drag a defender over and then lob across, that is a good time to actually use it. And of course, all these passes have slower speeds to them as well. So you can do a ground pass, and then if you hit XA at the same time, if you're on a controller, you can do a slow dribbler. And then same thing with the lob pass. And of course, that's how you do a blade shot. We've talked about blade shots before, but we'll probably make a video here in the future. But this is something, if you are interested, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn notifications on, because we'll be doing a guide on this here in the upcoming videos. But the blade shot's a very useful mechanic, and I think a lot of people don't really understand that lob passes have reason behind them for being so effective, other than just passing to your teammates. So next pass in line would be the ground pass. Like I said, that's going to be just in the box. I'd be using ground passes. Maybe if you're close to somebody up here and you don't want to use a hard smack from your shot pass, because again, the windup, it does make sense if you're close to your teammates. But one shot that I think, or one pass that I think is the best right now, and it outperforms all of them, as you'll see in a lot of my passing clips against high elo players too, still works. It's going to be that shot pass. So really take your time to get used to passing to your teammates with the shot pass, whether they're close or far away. It's very, very effective. Obviously, you don't want to be standing right next to somebody and power it up like that, like we said, but just a very, very effective way to get the ball to where you want it. So this is one thing I would definitely highly suggest everybody taking the time to get good at, using the shot as a way to pass. So thank you guys again for tuning in. I just want to give you guys a quick rundown on what you should be doing and how to actually pass effectively in Rematch. Again, a lot of the ways to actually get around this map can be utilized differently. So if you have something that's working for you, keep pushing in that direction. Nobody knows exactly what the meta is yet. Of course, this game is still evolving. There's only been a few tournaments, and in the tops really of the ranks, I've seen a lot of different ways to get around. So I'm very excited to see what you guys come up with, as well as the community, as we push farther forward. So thanks again for tuning in. See you all in the next one.